10 things I learned in my first year of marriage. Number 1, give up on the idea that you are ready. You aren't ready. I don't believe that anyone is ever ready for anything that happens in life. I think the truth is that you have to prepare as much as you can and do the best that you can when you're in the situation. Number 2, you may think at some point that you've made the wrong choice. You haven't made the wrong choice. You've made a choice. It might be that there are challenges, but no matter who you're with and what you do, you will face challenges. In some way, you're going to have to drink some poison. But you get to choose what poison you drink. So you want to pick the poison that's going to hurt you the least. Hopefully you've made that choice. But whatever choice you've made is now your responsibility to work with that person. The third thing that my wife and I have learned in our coming up to 1 year of marriage is that we have to decide regularly that resentment isn't worth as much as our marriage. And it could be little things. I'll give you an example. The other day, I learned about myself for the first time. I don't like having the big light on in the bedroom. Very weird, very strange. But to my wife, it didn't bother her. So I need to find some way to communicate that to her without me knowing that it's something that bothers me. So once I figured out that it did bother me, I was able to communicate it. And that might seem like a very small and stupid thing, but you'd be surprised at how many of those small and stupid things can build up. If you don't communicate them, you will feel resentful. So it's really important to deal with that as quickly as you can. It's worth having those arguments regularly so eventually you don't have to have them all the time. The fourth thing that I've learned in my almost 1 year of marriage, that you have to work hard to maintain the romance in your relationship. This is something that I learned from Dr. Jordan Peterson's book, 12 Rules for Life. One of them is just that, maintaining the romance in your relationship. The truth is that day-to-day events, the necessary things in your life get in the way. So it's important that you schedule, plan, to make sure that you maintain that romance, because whenever you were a child, when you imagined your future, you imagined what your life would look like, you imagined it with romance and you imagined it as the fairy tale ending. And as much as it can't be that all the time, it can be that some of the time, with enough planning and with enough forethought. Thank you, my wife. Number 5, don't be a hypocrite. And what I mean by that is you have to be willing to communicate effectively with your partner about your wants and your needs, which means that you have to know what your wants and needs are, and you can't make your partner guess at what you want and need. It doesn't matter how good they are, they don't know what you want. So you have to be willing to negotiate. And a relationship, in part, it's about communicating your wants and needs and listening to your partner's wants and needs. In that, with enough practice, you have the ability to give each other joy and happiness and love. And maybe, who knows, if you keep practicing that, you might get really good at it. Number 6, I didn't win you and you didn't win me. We both won the relationship. The truth is, the goal is to build a really good, happy life. And a big component of that is building a really good, happy, healthy relationship. And that's the goal. The goal is to build something that's mutually beneficial. So it's not about who won, who lost, who reached, who settled, but you both won in being with each other. Number 7, do not give up on your physique, and your style, and your dress. The person you married chose you. For all your wonderful qualities, for all the things you do right, and all of your foibles too. But that person chose you forever. That deserves so much recognition, because you can be an idiot sometimes, and I can be an idiot sometimes. But my wife chose me despite that. So I want to make as much effort as I possibly can. I want to make her as happy with me as I can. So it's really important to me to work out and to dress as well as I can. And that helps keep the romance alive in our relationship. My wife didn't like the last take, so I'm doing that again. Point 8, show love in the way that your partner needs to be loved. And I'm sure you've heard that before, but I bring it up because I don't always know how I need to be loved, and my wife has to help me figure it out, and I have to do the same for her, to help her figure out how she needs to be loved. Part of that is if you are a bit more eloquent, perhaps a bit more verbally fluent than your partner, it can be easy to try and win in that situation, But it's really important that you help the person, you negotiate with them. about what they need, what they want from you, and you can give them what they want, and then they can give you what you want. And that way you can mutually love each other in the way that you need. And sometimes that can be a great challenge, especially if you don't know what you want and you don't know how you need to be loved, or your partner doesn't know. So helping them figure that out is a great way to express your love for your partner. Number 9. Show as much gratitude as humanly possible. I don't care what it is. Whatever my wife does for me, I want to show as much gratitude as I possibly can. Whether it's something that she normally does, whether it's clean up the kitchen or doing the laundry or bringing me a little drink, I want her to feel positively. They're doing nice things for me, and my wife does the same. I don't want to make her feel bad for doing good things. Sometimes that's part of resentment, is that we want to make someone feel bad, and we don't do it consciously. If we don't watch ourselves carefully, then that can be the way that we communicate in a negative way, that we make our partner feel bad for doing good things. It's something I have to work quite hard at, to make sure that I reward my partner for doing really good things, and just verbally or with a hug or whatever it might be. Number 10, we keep God at the center of our life. We are devout Christians. That is so important to the way we live. And keeping God in our marriage helps us to live an active, principled life, to act with love, joy, and happiness, and using Bible principles to help guide us in how we act. And this enables us to act wisely, show love, and to be kind. And this is something we have found to be so helpful in dealing with complicated problems. Thanks for watching. See you next time, maybe, hopefully.